Today's video is a look at the top trade targets for the Cowboys this year. Before I get to my 10-man list, I want you to name a player who you want to trade for. One big but, though. Please, please make it realistic names. So keep that in mind. Head to the pinned comment and any player who you want the Cowboys to trade for this year. Today's Dallas Cowboys Report is made possible by our friends with the Fetch Rewards app. Download it today for free at chatsports.com/fetch. Use promo code Cowboys for 3,000 bonus points. Take those points once you scan any receipt from any store or restaurant and redeem them for gift cards. And stay tuned for later on in the show for how you can win an extra $10 Amazon gift card from us here at Chat Sports. Today's video is all about trade targets because trade targets are fun. Now, the Cowboys have made an off-season trade since Robert Quinn, but we want to have fun here at the Cowboys Report. So I got 10 names who I think the Cowboys could realistically find a way to trade for if they want to finally be more aggressive. First up, going to be a popular name, Grady Jarrett of the Atlanta Falcons. Now, he was at his best under Dan Quinn. This past year, in a season that was not great for him, didn't have a great year. I think he's not 3-4 does not maximize him. He's still on the right side of 30, by the way. Coming off the down year, with 1 year left at $16 million, his value is lower than what it's ever. I'm thinking like day 3 pick you could get him for. Now, if you do add him, you have to restructure his contract. You got to extend him because you're not going to pay him $16.25 million. But his best years were when Dan Quinn was all the way there, 2019, 2018. If you can get a 6+ sack guy for, a day to pick like you had for Robert Quinn, this would be, I think, your new Quinn trade. That could make a lot of sense for the Dallas Cowboys. Next up is Myles Jack. The Jags are a mess, to be honest, so it's just kind of where we're at. Jack is also coming off of a down season, and that brings his value down. Now, the contract is not great. 10.75 this year, 11.5 next year. He didn't hold up as well as you would have liked in coverage. Again, I think the defensive scheme change did not maximize Myles Jack. He's a good athlete, though. I think he and Mike Parsons would be a fantastic duo. Jack would be more of your typical off-ball linebacker. Myles Jack, Micah Parsons, Jabril Cox, it's a damn good linebacking unit. Can you get him for a non-top 100 pick and then kind of restructure his deal? I'd be on board with that. We will see if the Cowboys are of a similar mindset in the end in terms of the value of Myles Jack. Trade, unlikely, but they are fun to discuss. Now, I'm keeping this realistic except for probably this guy. That is Quinnen Williams, the Jets defensive tackle. He would be expensive to trade for. He would also, I believe, take the defense line to a whole new level. This year, $5.13 million, and then his 5th-year option at $10.28 million. It's a lot of money, but I think he is one of the best young defensive tackles in the NFL and is actually maybe obtainable. Now, Quenton was better in 2020. More tackles for loss, more sacks, better pressure rate on fewer snaps. But you put Quenton with maybe either Randy Gregory or DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons, that means he gets a lot more prime opportunities than other matchups. Now, expensive is the deal here. So here's my offer to the Jets. Jets get Amari Cooper. Cooper, Corey Davis, and Elijah Moore is a great trio for them. And they also get the 2nd-round pick of the Cowboys. That is a lot. Make no mistake about it. But I'm trying to acquire a building block piece. I got to give up some good things, and you could maybe talk me into the 1st-rounder as well. So would you do this trade? Let me know what you think. Y for yes, N for no. Head down to the comment section and let me know if you like my trade by typing in Y for yes or N for no. Now, I do want to mention some not happening ideas. I asked on Twitter on Monday night, like, hey, who do you want to trade for? And I got a lot of these names. These are not realistic. Xavien Howard, Jaire Alexander. I love them. Dallas won't invest what it costs contract-wise. I saw a ton of Derwin James. That's fun. Why would the Chargers give him up? Doesn't make any sense. You're not getting Quenton Nelson from the Colts. And any starting QB, you guys are dumb. All right, Mekhi Becton next up here. This one is not as outlandish as you might think. Becton he's been straight up called out by the Jets. They said he's going to compete for his job at left tackle with George Fant. That should never, ever happen to a third-year first-round pick who played pretty well in year one. However, has reportedly had issues with weight and effort. Allegedly went Lyle Collins this past offseason. Barely played, got hurt. He's a massive human being, but if the effort and weight are issues, maybe you could buy lower on Becton. Now, 2020, in under 700 snaps, he did allow 7 sacks, but not that many pressures. When he got beat at a unsustainable rate and ended up being a sack, which is normally to blame for the QB. That means your QB wasn't very good, which is what the case was for the Jets in 2020. Good run blocker. I think it is unlikely that Becton gets dealt, but if you get wind he's on the market, I think you would owe it to yourself to at least see what the contract or the type of trade value would have to be. Like I mentioned, today's show is powered by the Fetch Rewards app. The app scans your receipts from any store, any restaurant, and gives you points for those receipts. Then you can redeem those points for gift cards to your favorite store or restaurant. Download the app today at chatsports.com/fetch and get 3,000 bonus points with promo code Cowboys. And we're doing a new giveaway for you guys via the Fetch Rewards app. We're keeping this giveaway open until Sunday. And when I film my Cowboys video on Sunday, we'll end it. I will announce the winner. Whoever has the most points on the Fetch Rewards app, we're giving you a $10 Amazon gift card. All I need is a screenshot of your Fetch Rewards app with the points. And it can be just like this. The home screen, I'll be able to see the points up there at the top right with the big red circle on it there. So download the app today. chatsports.com/fetch. Use promo code Cowboys. Start with 3,000 bonus points. Scan any receipt from any store or restaurant. And then DM me on Twitter with a screenshot of your app with the points. Whoever has the most gets a $10 Amazon gift card. We'll put the link and the promo code in the comment section, plus my Twitter link as well. Go get started with it right now and get yourself bonus gift cards from us here at Chat Sports. KJ Hamler. I was going to go Denzel Mims, by the way, Jeremy, and I went, oh, wait, I've got 3 Jets players. Too many from one team. So I will look at Hamler, who I liked coming out of Penn State. Coming off a torn ACL, he has been buried on a pretty darn good Broncos receiving core of Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick. Hamler, I think, is much more obtainable. Very cheap for the next 2 years. Off the torn ACL, if Denver says, yeah, we want to get other pieces in, maybe a early day 3 pick or so could get him on the roster. So if you miss out on your own free agents, you don't want to spend big, Hamler could be a nice buy low guy. I wanted to find offensive line help, and that was tough to do. I will look at Cesar Ruiz, who was linked heavily to Dallas pre-draft. Now, it is tough to find guys who could start at center. I think he would be a center in the scenario for Dallas. He's played mostly guard for New Orleans. Now, he's got 2 cheap years left, then his 5th-year option. Ruiz, though, has not played well at guard in New Orleans. In fact, he was not good this year for the Saints. So if New Orleans hypothetically says, you know what, maybe we should blow it up and start to rebuild, of your gettable offensive linemen, Ruiz is the one who kind of makes the most sense. It would be a gamble, but if you want to put him back at center, maybe, just maybe, he will live up to that first round hype that he has not lived up to so far. He can play guard, hasn't played guard very well. So will Dallas make a trade this offseason. They made 2 in 2018, 1 in 2019. The past 2 years, though, silent on that front. Will that trend break? Type in 1 for yes, at least 1, or type in 0 for nah, Cowboy won't do it. Some edges now. I want to spend some good time here. If you want to maybe replace Dorrance Armstrong and or Gregory or DeMarcus Lawrence. Chaisson, who I am convinced was going to be the pick for Dallas if CeeDee Lamb wasn't on the board. I like Chaisson coming out of LSU. Hasn't played that much, was a developmental guy, and hasn't got great development in Jacksonville. The numbers are not very good. But as a former first-round talent for a mid to late day 3 pick, I'd gamble on that. I think that'd be a good idea for the Cowboys to pursue. Plus, we know there was interest pre-draft. If the Cowboys make a trade, you guys know we will break it down here on the Cowboys Report. So no cowards allowed, and Cowboys fans only. Hit that big red button and subscribe. A name I think the Raiders would love to shop, that's Clelin Ferrell. To be blunt, he's been a bust as the number 4 overall pick, but he can help you as a rotation defense. And here's the issue, though. $4.66 million this year, a lot of money, and a 5th-year option that you're not going to pick up. This level of production for Clelin Ferrell, I mean, that's like 1 year from Micah Parsons. Not even 1 year from Micah Parsons. He's been a bust. He will be available, I believe, but I think the money makes it a bit unlikely. I think a good name here is Chase Winovich. He had 5.5 sacks in each of his first 2 years, then just kind of fell out of favor in New England. And he's super cheap for 1 year, under $1 million. And yes, Mr. Jeremy, fantastic hair as well. His career numbers are actually pretty solid. I mean, his first couple years were better than, say, Dorrance Armstrong. So what if you lose Dorrance Armstrong and send a, I don't know, 5th-ish round pick for Chase Winovich? It's only 1 year, but I think that's actually pretty good value for a player who has shown ability in the past as a situational edge. I think this is a good name. Buy low, fits the mold for Dallas. So pick an edge to go trade for. Type in KC for Chaisson, CF for Clelin Ferrell, or CW for Chase Winovich. And you know I was not going to get out of here without a safety. Suck it, producer Brett. Former 3rd rounder Terrell Burgess can't get on the field. He didn't hear that. Thank God, I might have been fired. Cannot get on the field in LA. 139 snaps in 2 years. He was a pre-draft visit for the Cowboys. Super cheap for 2 years. I mean, they brought in Eric Weddle over giving him, some more reps. So it's weird that Burgess has not played, but there was pre-draft interest. If you can get him for a mid to late day 3 pick, I think it's a good idea for the Cowboys to, at minimum, go pursue.